Palestine question every single time. What are you talking about? We're talking about a country where 80% of the Democratic Party's base of support wants a ceasefire and knows that stopping weapons transfers is the only way to stop Benjamin Netanyahu from doing a genocide. 54% of Republicans agree with this, okay? 70% of independents. And this dipshit is like, we just weren't sufficiently pro-Israel. That's what the issue is. We should have killed those students. That's how we would have won the election. It's like, yeah, you're so evil. You're evil. You're an evil person, okay? You are an evil charlatan. You're not only incompetent, but you're malicious. And this is the only thing your parents are watching. Just remember that. The only thing your parents are watching is this kind of dumb, nonsensical bullshit that deflects the actual responsibility away and just looks at the problem and says, you know what it is? We just didn't do more of the thing that actually made people annoyed with us. This is terrifying. I really did not assume that they would be so quick to immediately go, no. What you don't understand is we weren't right-wing enough.
And you're trashing it and preventing other students from learning that is unacceptable. But we're so worried about alienating one or another cohort in our coalition that we don't know what to say when normal.
Yeah, we were worried about alienating the Palestinians. Oh my God! We were so worried about alienating the pro-Palestinian movement. These people are speaking to zero constituencies. There is no constituency for this kind of sentiment. And they're actively trying to create one within the Democratic Party. The real constituency for this kind of sentiment is in the Republican Party. And what they're doing is going on CNN to actively get your parents to agree with this reactionary attitude. Okay?
Normal people look at that and say, wait a second, I send my kids to college so they can learn, not so that they can burn buildings and trash lawns, right? And so on and so forth. When we put pronouns after names and say she, her, as opposed to saying, you know what, if I call you by the wrong pronoun, call me out, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. But stop with the virtue signaling and just speak to people like they're normal. There's nothing I'm going to say to Michael that I'm not going to say to you, that I'm not going to say to somebody else. I speak the same language to everybody.
Stop with the virtue signaling. Stop with the woke mind virus. That's awesome. These guys are deeply unserious, dude. There's never a moment where you are supposed to talk about this. There's no reason to talk about this. It's not a real issue. Republicans desperately try to turn this into a real issue. And when you actually respond to it, you are a idiot, okay? And responding to it, even to defend it, is stupid. Just so you understand. I need you to understand it. Responding to it, even to defend it, is stupid. You're losing the argument. Responding to it and agreeing with it is not only stupid, but also cruel. And I know that this person is deliberately doing this because this is the exit ramp for these careerist pieces of shit in the Democratic Party. It's not our fault. It's the activists. We hired the activists. We listened to the activists too much. You're a asshole. You're a goddamn charlatan, and you lost the fascists again. And you're going to lose to them again and again and again. And in every single defeat, you are going to marginally creep towards their direction every single time, year over year. Shut the fuck up about this woke nonsense, okay? You dumb fuck. Shut the fuck up. This is not a real issue at all. People want more money in their pockets. People want health care. People want housing that is affordable and readily available. And you're over here being like, it's because the college campus students were protesting too hard. You lost Michigan, dumbass. Think about why. It's so stupid. It is so goddamn infuriating to see these demons every single day, just without a shred of doubt, without even just no self-reflection whatsoever. Just go on television, put on your fucking suit, and just go, you know, real centrism hasn't been tried. The problem is we're not close enough to the Republican Party. When Kamala Harris literally was like, I am Nikki Haley, okay? I am Nikki Slaley. Please vote for me. I am Nikki Haley. I love Liz Cheney. Please vote for me. And then the voters looked at that and were like, no, I'm not actually. I'm just going to sit at home. Fuck you. This is insane. Every single one of these dipshits need to be fired immediately. Every single one. Oh my God.
But that's not what Democrats do. We constantly try to parse out different ways of speaking to different cohorts because our focus groups or our polling shows that so-and-so appeals to such and such. That's not how normal people think. It's not common sense. And we need to start being the party of common sense.
Like masquerading right-wing sentiment as common sense, also another like very obvious strategy of the right, for the record.
Sense again. Joe Biden is not responsible for that. Neither is Kamala Harris. It is a problem that Democrats have had for years. I've been banging the drum on this for, I don't know how, probably 10 years, if not longer on this. We need to get back to being the party of common sense, that people look at us and say, we understand you. We appreciate what you say because you speak our language. And until we do that, we should stop blaming other people for our own mistakes.
This is from the Newsbusters, by the way. The managing editor of Newsbusters posted this. I wonder why. Yeah, if you look at people that are replying and agreeing with it, it's because Newsbusters is a right-wing outlet. What are you talking about? It's like this is a hatchet job. She was a Fox contributor on The Five. Democratic strategist, dude. Nice. I mean, these guys why are they in the Democratic Party? Like, what the is going on? They're not Democrats. They're not even remotely woke. They're not liberal at all. They don't give a How the did the Trump era excise all the country club Republicans, and the Democrats were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Please come to my party, please. We will hire all of you. I despise these demons, dude. I despise them. Yeah, here's the outcome, by the way, of consistently tailoring your message around how Arab voters and Muslim voters and their family members need to be killed. Harris lost Michigan by 82,000 votes. 100,000 Michiganders voted uncommitted in the primary. I saw another take, okay? I need you to hear how insane this is.
And I think there was this very powerful ad, the Republican Jewish Coalition, that was all over the airwaves. Yeah. A bunch of women sitting around, Jewish women, just saying, I can't stand him, but I felt like we were supporting Israel and we were stronger and we were tougher. And I think that resonates with people.
And then to your point, the ad that came out that was beating Kamala up around fear about Israel not being protected. There was never a response from the campaign on that, which I thought was a big mistake. Amanda Berman from Zioness had to raise money running her own ad.
Yeah, dude, shut the up. You're such a bought and sold charlatan, Van Jones. Suck my dick. Whatever her name is from Zioness. You went to that special interest group's party because you want to do this. This is why he's doing this, okay? His entire goal on this panel is to just like try and spear dick this obviously completely ridiculous narrative to be like, actually, Kamala Harris wasn't sufficiently pro-Israel. It's so really damaging for the campaign. And then the absolute idiots that watch this that work at the top of the Democratic Party are like, I guess that's true. Like, who are you fooling, dude? What are you doing? This is, for the record, part of the reason why people don't want to watch the news anymore. They don't want to watch your because when you are sitting and watching a CNN panel, and I love CNN, I watch CNN all the goddamn time. Okay, you know this. I have friends that work at CNN. I think CNN is fine overall. But like when I hear this, I'm like, come on. Who is this for, brother? What are you saying? Kamala Harris wasn't sufficiently pro-Israel? What are you saying? Oh, I'm sorry. She didn't say am Israel high on at the DNC platform. I guess that's why she wasn't sufficiently pro-Israel. Like who is this for, brother? Who is this for? I know who is for. I know what you're doing. Let me tell you who this is not for. American Jews who voted overwhelmingly for the Democratic Party. 80% overwhelmingly. Okay? Because guess what? Turns out the Haaretz poll, or I think it was the Times of Israel poll that came out a couple months prior, was correct. Israel is not their top priority. Okay? You know why? Because they're American Jews, okay? They're not Jews in Israel. They are Jews in America. They're American citizens. I hate this woke dual loyalty narrative coming from these dumb. They don't live there. If they cared about Israel that much, they'd be living in Israel, okay? Crazy to me that they were just like, they let Trump claim that he was anti-war. Like I cannot begin to tell you how psychotic that is. One day, Democrats will understand, hopefully, that lesser evil voting and harm reduction narratives do not get off seats. And if they don't learn this, they're going to constantly they're going to just do fascist light. Simone Sanders asked Donnie Deutsch what he means by the Democrats have to move to the center, which is good. I'm glad that Simone Sanders is asking this question, because this is a question that should be asked of every single person that goes, no, you don't understand. We got to abandon some of these causes.